Are we live? 604-730-2023. I think we're live. Let's expand this out here. There's one person that I'm hoping. First of all, I haven't been live in like a month, and I'm going live on a Sunday evening. There's one person I hope that makes it here, and his name starts with a T and then to the C, and that's because I want you to reach out to our friend whose name starts with an M and ends with an E and sounds like Dyke. Because I went and watched Sound of Freedom. Again, I'm live on a Sunday night here. I went and watched I went and watched Sound of Freedom yesterday, and it's the type of, well, it's not the type of, like, you can't really explain this movie to anybody who asks you, like, oh, you saw that movie? What's it like? It's like, not only do I not want to give spoiler alerts, but, like, I've never seen a group of people coming out of a movie ever in my life that looked more like they got their heads fucking smashed in with a baseball bat, dude. I mean, this movie will just, again, I can't, just go see it, okay? So what I want to do here is, I want to watch, the whole point of this video is, you know, these people that like, oh, it's a QAnon conspiracy. If you took the fucking time to watch the movie, how can these people, like, call this a conspiracy theory movie, which, number one, there's no adrenochrome, Hollywood, Democrat, fucking Illuminati bullshit. There's nothing like that, dude. So if you're calling this movie a conspiracy theory, then you are literally, the fucking devil is controlling your body, dude. I mean, you are a fucking sick motherfucker. Let's just watch.
Forget Barbenheimer and Mission Impossible for a moment. Have you watched Sound of Freedom yet? Sound of what? Sound of Freedom. It's the sleeper hit of the summer that made as much money as the new Indiana Jones movie did on opening day. And it's so far grossed over $100 million in total revenue. It's a thriller chronicling the efforts of a former federal agent to rescue children from sex traffickers in Colombia. And it has the backing of not just Republicans and religious conservatives, not just Ted Cruz and Elon Musk, but also QAnon folks and the internet.
I haven't seen QAnon for 3 fucking years. Where do you get this bullshit from? You sold out horror. Whoever you are, I don't even know who this cunt is. But QAnon? We haven't seen QAnon since that that shaman guy with the deer head or whatever at the Trump, rallies. I mean, we haven't seen Q in 3 years. Look, this is propaganda, okay? It's propaganda, and everybody back to Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin would say, like, the way you do propaganda is you repeat, and all these different news Rolling Stone, fucking whatever, all these different news companies, stations, and, whatever, and they're all talking about QAnon. It's like, where is there's no QAnon in this movie.
Tinfoil Hat Brigade. Now, I could focus today on how actual experts on child trafficking say the movie...
Rolling Stone. The new movie offers a false perception of child trafficking that experts worry could further harm the real... Where do you get this shit, dude? Did you watch the movie?
Movie offers a sensational false perception of child trafficking.
False perception.
Real victims. Or on how a Vice investigation into the anti-trafficking group at the center of the film found a pattern of image burnishing and mythology building, a series of exaggerations that are in the aggregate quite misleading. But I'd rather focus on the star of the movie, actor Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, what about him?
From
what about him? The guy that played Jesus? Yeah, what about him? Are you going to shit on him? Let's see.
2002 hit movie The Count of Monte Cristo, or even Mel Gibson's controversial
I'm going to have to IMDb that. If he played the Count of Monte Cristo, then Jim Caviezel is now my absolute favorite actor. Took over Liam Neeson, Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg. Ooh, that's a tough one. But if he played Count of Monte Cristo, man, this guy is the fucking bomb, dude.
Controversial Passion of the Christ, in which Caviezel played Christ. But what you may not know about Jim Caviezel is that he is now a peddler of the kookiest, weirdest, craziest, most dangerous conspiracies in American public life.
Oh my God, dude, really? Kookiest conspiracy theories. Dude, how much cock did you suck to get that red tie and that little fucking studio you're sitting in? How much did you take it up the ass, you little bitch? Let's listen.
He's gone full QAnon.
He's gone full QAnon. Where is the Q in this? Where's the Q?
For it.
We are headed into the storm of all storms. Yes. This storm is upon us.
The reason that crowd exploded right there in applause and cheers is because Caviezel referenced an infamous QAnon catchphrase. And it gets a lot more dodgy and extreme than that.
What QAnon catchphrase? What? What QAnon catchphrase, you carpet... No, what's the word? Fucking pillow biter? Come on, what?
Caviezel is now perhaps the most high-profile pusher of QAnon's adrenochrome.
No, notice how he keeps QAnon. And he just mentioned the adrenochrome, dude. Nowhere in this movie, and nowhere in any interview I've ever seen Caviezel does he ever mention adrenochrome. But yet this guy is mentioning adrenochrome. Why is that? That's kind of weird, huh? Isn't it?
Adrenochrome conspiracy.
Yeah, no. There's no adrenochrome in this movie.
Of children.
Okay, he just mentioned it right there.
If a child knows he's going to die, his body will secrete this adrenaline.
The whole adrenochrome empire. This is a big deal. It is listed under the NIH. It is a chemical compound. It's a molecular structure. It's C9H9NO3. It is it's an elite drug that they've used for many years. It's 10 times more potent than.
Well, then let's get to this. Okay, Caviezel's talking about adrenochrome. Is that Bannon? Who is that next to him? Anyway, Bannon's War Room. So he's talking about adrenochrome, yeah. But nowhere in this movie do they bring up adrenochrome. It takes place in Colombia, mainly, I think. And, he's playing Tim Ballard, an actual guy who actually went after victims of child trafficking and did a great job and, whose wife backed him up. But nowhere is there any conspiracy theory about adrenochrome and the elite and Jeff Epstein and all this stuff. And oh my gosh, I just said Epstein. Watch this get me a strike just because I said Epstein, God forbid Lolita Island. I mean, Lolita Express. I mean, but look, it comes down to this, dude. These cunts like this guy here. Why would you shit on this movie? It's just a movie. It's got a good guy. It's got bad guys. And there's no mention of any conspiracy theories or anything, dude. And if you saw this movie, you'd feel like your brains were blown out by a fucking, like Negan from The Walking Dead. Took his fucking baseball bat with his barbed wire around it and smashed your fucking brains out. Like the big redhead guy, or Glenn. That's when I stopped watching The Walking Dead, by the way, when Negan came in. Because fuck that. But that's the way I felt when I came out of this movie. And everybody else looked like fucking zombies, dude. Like their brains were gone. I mean, they just got fucking annihilated by this movie. Nobody knew what they were going into in this movie, dude. And this cunt, and Rolling Stone, and all the other, lib, the entire media is coming down on this movie, which, by the way, this movie is just murdering the box office, killing it. I wonder why. Maybe because most Americans are normal, and they went and saw this movie and went, wow, What a great movie. But this demonic, like taking it up the ass little bitch here is going to shit all over it and call it QAnon, QAnon, QAnon. Propaganda. And it's not even coming after the left. It's not coming after anybody. It's just a movie. So ask yourself, if you made it this far in the movie, the video. And if you have made it this far, thank you. Give me a like and please subscribe. I'm trying to make 500, guys. I just want to make 500. That gets me monetized. But, you got to ask yourself, why did the left come back so hard on this movie when it's not making a political statement at all? Go see the fucking movie if you don't believe me. And anyway, at the end, if you've made it this far, Tim C., reach out to our friend Mike. I'm not going to dox him, but there's a lot of Mikes out there. I'm not doing anything really by saying Mike. Reach out to him and tell him to watch this because I told you so 7 fucking years ago. You didn't believe me then, and here we go. And it's going to get worse because Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg, all these guys are coming out, dude. It's going to get worse. And guys like this are going to shrivel up and just die because, we're winning. 2023 is the year of winning. And I just got to say, go see Sound of Freedom because it'll blow your mind. You're going to fucking cry. And it has a happy ending, though. In a way, it kind of has a happy ending. But at the same time, underlying is kind of a sad ending. But if you're invested in the main characters, it's got a happy ending. If you don't go see the movie, don't talk shit about the movie, and don't give me this shit about white privilege and ba-ba-da-ba-da. Just fucking shut the fuck up. Go see the movie. All right? Tea out. And that was my live stream for Sunday, July 30, 2023. I'll be back next week. You know what? Fuck you. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Tea out.